Can you hear the music?
Yeah.
You feel that shit?
I feel that shit. I feel it.
You feel it. Oh, does it just get you fucking right amp?
Fucking right. I can feel it tingling in my left kidney right now.
No. That's from when the doctor went in. You still feel the doctor in there.
I still feel the doctor in there. I feel that stench, boy. But let me tell you this. I like the background, man. I like the music.
Yeah, it gets you right amp. We're trying to add lyrics to it. I promise I'd stop saying that a while ago, but it's my podcast. Fuck it. I had this custom made.
Yeah, I bet. You need like, I don't know. I don't really see no, gotta find a heavy metal guy.
All right, welcome back to another episode of On the Throne with Dick. And shout out to Senjin Boychuk, not Boychick. I called him Boychick last week. So shout out to Senjin Boychuk for that incredible intro, outro music. And yeah, love that guy. You can find him all over the socials. He's fucking trashing and clawing at the ranks. You know, he's trying to climb. Let's get him more followers. Anyways, and shout out to this week's guest, Mr. Mike Faria. It's not Faria, it's not Feria, it's Faria.
Faria.
Hey, what'd you say about your mom there? Someone used to say something about her last name, and it was...
Yeah, man. Kids were pretty brutal to me about pronouncing my last name. Teachers could never get it right. But when kids found out my mother's name, Ophelia, and they hit me in third grade with, we were doing the your mama jokes, and there are some kids like, Ophelia, I'll feel your balls. Your mom wants to feel my balls. I was like, oh, you scumbag. That's a good one, though. Unfortunately, I haven't met another Ophelia other than my mother to hit with that joke.
Keep looking, man. Scour the internet. I'm sure they're there, Man, no, kids are fucking savage, bro. And, can you, think about it, third grade. My daughter's in first grade. That's 2 years from now. And she's saying shit like that. She's learning compound words right now. My sister and I were just talking about this. My daughter's starting to pick up on compound words. She's like, if you get a star and then you turn on a light, you get starlight, right? And I was just like, oh, this kid, man. I remember when my sister was that age, my wife and I were hitting her with compound words. Motherfucker, right? Cock sucker, right? And we were teaching her these words, man. She was 7 years old. And that's where my daughter is now. And I'm just like, no. And I said to my sister this morning, I'm like, she's learning compound words. It's my time to shine. And then my sister's like, no. It's our time to shine. And hopefully, you're a little more easier on my daughter than I was on you.
I'm the same way with my boys, man. Unfortunately, I guess it's just the nature of, I feel like, of the business I'm in, the cursing and the stuff. I'm always spitting shit out of my mouth, and not even realizing it. And my kids picked up all of those words when they were younger, but it took a lot of work to make them realize not to repeat the shit.
Yeah, my daughters too. But my almost 4-year-old repeats it on the daily, right? And it's fine. I told them they're allowed to say it at home around us, right? Say it all you want. Just when you step out into the world, remember it's time to put that shit away. And my oldest, man, she understands the assignment. She doesn't do it at school, and she doesn't do it around other people, which is amazing. I love that. But the moment she comes home, it's like she's held that in all day long, and it just comes out. And I love it. I love it, man.
It's got to be hilarious, man. It's got to be hilarious to hear.
Dude, the shit that comes, and my youngest daughter, she knows how to use the word fuck. And she uses it in the proper context, right? She'll drop something on the ground. She's like, fuck. Right? Yeah, man, you're good. You know what? Yeah. She stubs her toe. Fuck. Hey, bro, I got you. I feel you there, right? I say the same shit. Why not?
Yeah, man.
Shit. How you been, man?
I've been good, man. we've been trying to knock this out for a minute, but unfortunately I had these surgeries that were going on. I had a big kidney stone that was fucking my life up, and it was even harder to get out than the pain I was experiencing, man. They went in through. Originally, I'm like, yeah, get a kidney stone out. They do that little shockwave shit through your back and just, shake that little fucker out. No, they're like, we got to go in through your dick, and we're gonna send in a laser and what's called like a little grabber, like a little basket retriever, fucking thing, as if they're working on the fucking ISS up there, fucking repairing the fucking space station. They're like, we're gonna send in a little grabber, camera, everything, and it was a brutal process, man. It was the worst part was the stent at the end that they had to get out and pull out at the end. It was like a metal string, and it kept a little space in my kidney so it wouldn't kind of close from the beating it took from the surgery, and urine could flow. So they just kept a little straw in there, a little stent, whatever. I was telling them, well, you guys keeping a little Coke straw in my kidney, I guess, just to let everything flow. And they laughed, and they're like, yeah, the way we got to get it out is you just come in after, 2 weeks after surgery, and the lady pulls it out. And when I came in for that, man, I'll tell you, there's nothing I was more scared of in my life. Even my near death with alcohol experience, it was nothing more scary than that thing coming out of my fucking dick when she pulled it out. And I felt it. It felt like she was pulling my spine out of my shit, man. It was horrible.
Shit. Was there blood?
No, there wasn't. I actually thought there was going to be like meat on the ground. And when I opened my eyes, there was nothing. I was like, whoa.
Shit. Yeah. It's like, so when you're pissing with that little thing in there, like, does it affect the flow? Does it affect the stream?
It does. It was like it was almost like a metal line, a very thin metal, like fishing line. And they basically tied it around, my shit. And when I peed, it was a mess. It went everywhere. It was like it was fucking raining. It just went left, right. It was just sprinkling. It was horrible because it was hard for me to bend down and clean it. And then I'm calling my kids, bring me a towel. I'll fucking clean it. Give me some paper towels. I'll clean it with my feet. Horrible.
It's like that shower head, the one where you can change like the flow and like, is it gonna come out like pulsating? Is it gonna come out like a shower, like rain? Is it gonna come out like you change it for like when you want to like get up there in the butt and give yourself an enema, it's pulsating and coming out you hard, right? Like, oh,
that's exactly how it was. And out of all of those things, you would think that the peeing would have been frustrating. But listen, the frustrating part was waking up with morning wood. The fucking first day I woke up, I had some wood, bro. I felt the thing pulling. I felt it pulling. I was like, ah! And I fucking run to the bathroom. I'm like, oh my God. I'm trying to like, let it go down, motherfucker, go down. Because now the slack that was in the line is gone. And it's like, it's pulling. And I'm like, oh.
You can feel it growing with you,
That's exactly how it was.
Oh, I hope I never have that, man. That's
drink a lot of water, my brother. Drink a lot of water.
That's all I drink, man.
Not this. And I stopped these for a little bit, and I just picked them back up. But I'm gonna be putting them down. But water, man, water on top of the Red Bulls. Shit.
Hold on a sec. Let me put my phone on Do Not Disturb here. Oops, wrong one. That's the wrong button. There we go. Man, fuck, that's goddamn, dude. Like, man, I could feel that in my junk now, like, yeah. Why does it hurt so much just thinking about it?
I don't know, man, but it was there's a lot of I'll take a gunshot before going through that shit again. I never want to do the kidney stone thing again. That was the worst.
Hold on. As a New Yorker, have you been shot before?
No, I have not.
Okay. All right.
Thank God.
Well, you're Italian. I assume there's some mafiosa there. And then, there's like, New Yorker, everyone's packing. You're probably packing right now. You're probably thinking of ways to shoot me right now through the screen. You're just like, this motherfucker, like.
Always packing and especially. I'm not even gonna fucking say it. I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say that joke. So actually, you may think that I'm Italian, but I'm Portuguese.
Oh shit!
and Brazilian. Even though I think I did an ancestry, there's like 3% Italian in me. There's also Nigerian and African and all these different things that I never thought were would come up in my ancestry thing. But Portuguese and Italian cultures are so similar. And here in New Jersey, there's just a massive amount of Italians, Portuguese, and we all. Oh, it's a melting pot here. We all coexist, and everybody in New Jersey. You could be Asian, and you're probably associated in some kind of mafia packing bullshit out here. That's the name of the game out here.
Hey, forget about it.
Forget about it. Fuck out of here.
Fugazi. It's a fugazi. You know what I mean? so the last time we tried to do this, man, like we had it. We started recording. Right, we started it, but like I don't know if it was your service or mine. It was really glitchy, and I wanted it to be good. You know what I mean? We could have went ahead with it, but it would have been really like glitchy and freezing a lot. And like I'm like, nah, no. We need to do it better than that. And here we are, almost 3 months later, fucking, like, hey, we made it work. Bada bing, bada boom.
We made it work.
Bada bing, bada boom. You got Eastside Mario's in New York?
Any what?
You got Eastside Mario's in New York?
Mario's?
Eastside Mario's. It's an Italian restaurant.
Eastside Mario's? I never heard of that shit.
Oh my God!
We don't got no Eastside Mario's.
Eastside Mario's is amazing. The unlimited salad and breadsticks, like
that's like an Olive Garden, man. Get the fuck out of here with that shit.
It's
unlimited
exactly like
salad. That's not Italian food. That's not real Italian food.
At Eastside Mario's, when you're there, you're not family. You know what I mean? But like at Olive Garden, when you're there, you're family. Bada bing, bada boom.
Olive Garden, in comparison to Italian food, would be like Taco Bell to Mexican food, is it? I don't eat that shit.
Man, so I never really asked, what do you do for work? I know you're in construction, right? You're blue collar. Yeah, I've seen like a backhoe or an excavator behind you in some pictures. I've seen you wear the hard hat, but like I've never really. You're an equipment operator, I think. I see you in the equipment, but what do you do?
So I am an operating engineer out of local 825 in New Jersey.
Yeah,
best motherfucking local in the country. Okay, best local.
That's gonna create some issues, probably.
Let it rock out there. And I run heavy equipment, man. My specialty is drilling. That's what I got into construction business doing back in 2010 when my first son was born. I got in as a helper and started working with environmental drilling, doing monitoring wells, geotechnical borings, all that kind of fucking horrible dog shit drilling, and did that for almost 5 years. And then I was presented with an opportunity to work with 825, and I jumped all over that. When I had that opportunity, I was fucking gone. I took it. And when I got in the engineers, for the most part, I've drilled most of the time, but I've been able to work on all kinds of equipment from, excavators to even fucking concrete plants, concrete machines, cranes, everything. I think I've played with everything. So it's a fun career, man. I love what I do. It's frustrating sometimes. The people are fucking frustrating, but as far as having fun and getting shit done, I love work. I love that shit.
Hell yeah. Speaking of the frustrating people, I know you saw my video last week where I was like, I'm really like, shout out to my boss for being so dedicated to the diversity and diversification program. It's gotta be difficult hiring this many people with disabilities, like like and I wasn't taking myself out of that equation either. I could be a straight up dummy sometimes, I'm definitely a window licker too, Oh shit, man. Like I was mad that morning.
That shit was funny, man. There's no I feel like in the construction business you meet the most intelligent and stupid people at the same time, bro. And it's all of us.
Oh,
I'm one of them. I'm one of them.
oh yeah. Oh yeah, there are days where I surprise myself, like, shit, that was smart. Fuck, good for you. And there are days where it's just like, yep, that's on par with licking windows. I just ate all the crayons for sure. Like, dude, I don't get what it is, man. It's like, there are days where you're just on, right? And then there are days where it's just like, man, did I really just do that? Did I really just fuck up like that? Like
You pull away from some projects. At least I have, and I'm like, I don't know how long that building is going to be up for. I don't fucking know how that thing's even standing right now.
I don't know if I should say this. Bro, were you involved in the building of the Twin Towers?
No, but I know people that were. I know a couple drillers that were doing mini pops for the building of the rebuilding of the Twin Towers. I know a lot of people that were involved in that work back then, and there was a lot of fucking money to be made, man. People were getting fucking wet with money over there.
Yeah. Man, that blows my mind, like we see these world-class projects, right? And we know people work on them, but we don't think that we're ever going to rub shoulders with them or talk to them, right? And here I am, fucking, you've probably built some pretty incredible shit in around New York City and Jersey. And
yeah, man, here in Jersey, we've done everything, man. I've worked on colleges to sky rises, to new courthouses, to condo developments. I was at Princeton University for most of 2023, which was fucking miserable. It was a good job as far as what I was doing. I was in an excavator working with carpenters. We were moving form work all day, picking them up, swinging them around, building forms, taking them apart. It was great, but the fucking drive here in Jersey, it was about an hour there for me, hour and a half, 2 hours home. And that, sucked fucking ass. But George Washington Bridge. I drilled down the George Washington Bridge. I've done a lot of work on there.
Badass.
Yeah, man. There's so much work out here. It's like by the time a project's fucking done, by the time the guys are done working on the GW, they're starting at the other end to do repairs again. That's how this shit always goes. It's like the work never fucking ends.
It's like that project that's going on that just finished on the Golden Gate Bridge there. They just built like the suicide nets around the bridge. Took them 8 years. By the time they finish that, it's time to go back to the other end and start repairing.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah, it is crazy.
It's a song that never ends.
And it's nice for us in this business. It's nice, it's fucking job security. So
hell yeah. You're just building, clipping along, going this way. Buddy's behind you, just destroying it. Like hey, bro, don't worry, I got your 6.
Yeah. Fuck it. There's something there. Fuck it. We'll get back to that in 2 years. Leave it there. We'll worry about that when we get back to it.
Forget about it.
Forget about it.
I stayed in New Jersey once, man. When I went to New York City a couple times. I'm from Ontario, so I'm like just above New York. I'm like 8 hours away from NYC. And the first time I went to New York City was a couple years after 9/11. And you go down to Ground Zero, and there's a catwalk. You go over the catwalk. The whole city's loud. Go over this catwalk, eerie, just quiet. Right, they're cleaning up still. The catwalk's got missing person photos all over the catwalk, and man, it was sad. It was eerie as fuck, right? And I grew up. I was 12 years old when this shit happened, right? So like to watch it happen on TV and shit like that, then to be there and see like this mess that they're cleaning up, and oh, dude, like just a big graveyard. You know what I mean? And that shit's sad. It was. The gravity, even at that point in time, the gravity of the situation wasn't lost on me. You know what I mean? And it was seeing those missing person photos was like, fuck, man. I wonder if Pete Davidson's dad is in here somewhere.
Yeah, man. That event will stick with me forever because I was 17 when it happened, and I was in high school here in New Jersey. And me and my cousin, when we had a PE teacher that was a Vietnam veteran, and he's like, "We're being attacked." He knew right away. He right off the bat was like, "We're being attacked." And that was the go for me, green light. I called my cousin. We were like, let's get the fuck out of here. We left school and we watched them. We watched the second tower fall, which is in the town that I'm currently in. There's a hill that like 5 minutes from me, you just go up a hill, there's a block, you see all of Manhattan. And we watched everything from just sitting there all day at the top of the hill. And it was so fucking horrible, man. So fucking sad. I'll never forget that day in my life.
I will not forget that shit either, man. You know, like I being in Canada, you know, we weren't being attacked, but our neighbors were, right? And it's 8 hours away. That's not that far, man, you know, and I remember the principal came on the PA and was like, hey, let's pray for our neighbors for themselves. Nobody knew what the fuck was going on, right? And we get home from school that day and it's all over the news, right? And they wonder why our generation is so fucking messed up, right? Why you know, we watched 3,000 people die on live on TV, right? Or in person. And then, you know, we witnessed so much bullshit happen after that. That right there. And I don't know if you feel the same way, but 9/11 was the first time in the last 20-ish years we've given up our freedoms for the greater for the greater good or the cause, you know what I mean? Some of our freedoms, the second time was over the last 3 years, but yeah, man, I think it's insane, you know, and I'm not trying to make it political or anything like that. I'm just saying, you know, like that was the first time in my life I remember like shit's changing, right? Like
It was changing, and it was like changing in the sense of like to a faceless enemy. Even back then, I was like, you know, we're doing these things, we're giving up these things, and even up till today, there's no face. There's no face to that enemy. You know, this is there's no like particular way that you can kind of just get rid of it. I feel like, man, I don't know. I'm a big person with my rights and my freedoms and the things that I like to do, even though I live in a very liberal state that likes to take these things from us. But till this day, I feel like we'll always feel from we'll always feel the things like from our freedoms being taken from what happened in 9/11. You know, it's just
yeah.
it set the tone for the future of the United States of America on how they handle shit, man. And it's unfortunate, but it's the fucking world we live in today. But little did we know the fucking internet was gonna be the way it was today. There's no everything's right. All the freedoms of everything's right here on the fucking phone. Anyways, it's like they got access to everything,
everything, man. It's right here. It's right here, dude. Like, and most of us don't even use our phone the way that you can use it, right? We don't even use 10% of its, you know, the way that it can be used. If you had told me, even 5 years ago, if you told me I could be making money off my phone in the palm of my hand, do it, basically having fun, right, on social media, I would have laughed in your face, right? Yeah. When I was posting like crude Facebook posts back in like 2007, thinking I was funny, you know, like, haha, you know, who knew one day that I'd be cashing in on that shit, you know, like, it's fucking weird. It's fucking mind blowing, dude. You know, it's who knew?
It really is. I think, not that I knew, but I think I was trying to do this shit back on MySpace, and not in what I'm doing today, but back in the day when MySpace was out, man, I was all over that shit. I think I had like 20,000 friends, and I was trying to like put music out, and I was like, man, this is like the way right here. We're fucking zooming. And then Tom, you know, fuck you, Tom, for ruining MySpace and fucking all that bullshit. I love MySpace.
I love Tom, man. Tom was in my top 8 of my friends, man. Remember how you can add top 8? I made Tom in my top 8.
Stop. Tom was in our top 8, whether we liked it or not in the beginning. He was your top friend.
Yeah, in the beginning, Tom made himself number 1. But then he got, you know, then he stopped being so fucking selfish and let you choose, right? And then I'm like, hell no, Tom's been there since the beginning, man. Tom will be at least number 8, you know, like.
I remember Tom, that,
dude. Yo, I'm so glad Zuckerberg didn't do shit like that, dude. You know, like that top 8 shit caused some real drama in your friend circle. You know, it was like, you know, you didn't tell someone you were friends with them anymore. You sent messages. You're like, fuck you. You know what, bitch? You're in my fucking top 8, but you're like number 7. You know, like I think I had a girlfriend in high school who was like number 1. And towards the end, I didn't tell her I was breaking up with her. She just dropped to number 8. Fuck you, bitch. And then I don't even think we even communicated that it was over. She just slid right out of the top 8. I'm like, you're number 9. Fuck you. Never called her again. See you later.
Yeah,
Shit,
man.
that was ghosting. That's how you ghosted people back in the day, you know?
That's how you did it. And bro, fucking MySpace, Tom. Thank God, like you said, Zuckerberg didn't have to kind of parade himself around with the Facebook like Tom. Tom enjoyed it. He liked the limelight a little bit. I feel like
Oh,
that's
he
why
loved it.
he loved it. That's why he was #1 on everybody's friends list. Everybody fucking knew Tom back then.
I tried to find Tom, how to get a hold of Tom to ask him to come on the podcast. Can't find him anywhere.
No, he's somewhere, man. I think he fucking sold. He's doing. I want to say I found him, not in the sense of on Instagram, but because I was doing music back then, music production, and all my music on MySpace froze, and I was so mad. Like I was like, "Fuck, I can't play it. It's still up, but I can't play it. It's still up till this day. Can't play it. There's no data there." And when I looked him up, I don't know. Apparently, I think he's a very rich man, just outside of the limelight now. He took his beating and fucking left.
Oh yeah, no, I don't think he lost at all. He didn't take no beating. He's just like, you know what? Maybe I'm not on. Maybe I don't own this platform no more. But I got millions of dollars. It's like Ronda Rousey. She got paid like fucking $300 million to take 10 shots to the face and go home a loser. No, she didn't lose. She took 10 shots to the face for $300 million. She very much a winner.
Fucking right. Yeah, generational retirement right there with that shit. Fuck.
Yeah. You know what? Like, hey, her kids will never have to work. Her fucking grandkids will never have to work. And all she had to do is take 10 shots to the face. You know what? Kick me in the nuts 10 times. I won't have a feeling down there, but hey, nobody working no more. I don't need feeling. I got $300 million.
Pull a stent out of my dick with a fish line for fucking 10 million. I did it for free. The fuck out of here.
Well, did you do it for free or did you have to pay for it because you're American?
So I didn't pay for it. My insurance did. I guess I paid for it. I guess in that sense, yeah, because we have an hourly deduction for healthcare that gets taken out of our benefit package. Pretty fucking nice, you know, and it's a nice number. So I did pay for it when I think about it. I did. I paid a lot, but I paid even more. I paid even more for when I got sick. If you would have known the fucking bill that came out of the hospital from when I had liver failure from alcohol abuse, that fucking bill. I was in 2 hospitals. I think one hospital was almost $700,000, and the other one was 1.5 million. It was over a $2 million bill to my insurance company to save my fucking life. I got my fucking money's worth from my insurance. You better believe that.
Shit, dude. Yeah, no kidding. $2 million. You know, like, do you feel lucky? Do you feel lucky to be here still? Because, like, dude, you were dunzos. You were gone, right? You put your head between your legs and kissed your ass goodbye.
I did, and I feel very, very lucky to be here. I even feel very lucky to have had the insurance I had from work, because in some cases, let's say if maybe I would have had, which I'm not sure of, but let's say I would have had the state insurance that wasn't as good of an insurance as my work insurance, maybe the same kind of efforts wouldn't have been put in to save my life like they were. I feel like those things do play a role in America and the health system, and it's fucking sad. You know, the kind of health insurance that you have can affect whether you live or die in some circumstances. And I feel very lucky, very, very fucking lucky, because at that time I was laid off from all the drama and the shit going on with the separation from the mother of my kids. I was like right at the line where I was about to lose my health insurance, and I made it in there, right, still on the, you know, good to go. So
yeah,
very,
you're just like,
lucky.
hey, I'm right at that line where I'm gonna lose it. Let's try to fuck my life up right now. Now's a good time, you know.
Now's the time.
Hey, you know what? I'm gonna lose that shit in like a week. Fuck it. Let's just fucking, go into liver failure. You know.
let's just go all the way. Let's just go all the way down. I'm in the rabbit hole. Let's go to the very bottom.
Yeah, like, hey, full send, no breaks. You know what I mean? Just fucking give her, right? How did that happen anyway? Like, I that's what kind of attracted me to your page a little bit. You know, we had a lot of mutual friends, a lot of the same people that we follow, you know, because we're blue collar, we follow in that, it's that circle, you know, big industry, small community, you know. But and so I went down that rabbit hole. Then I saw like you in a hospital bed. Then, you know, you have this whole story on it. Even so I'm like, oh fuck, let's learn about this shit, right? So then I got into it, and you know, it's a very big thing, mental health and addictions and blue collar, and you know, like it's all intertwined, right? So like, you know, I felt like that was something worth talking about.
Yeah, man. You know, I felt like for most of my career in construction, I felt like I was on an average. I felt like I was like on an average scale of like drinking like everybody else, man. We fucking go to work, we get out of work, bang down some beers and bang down shots. You know, I get home from work some days after a tough day at work and take between 5 to 15 shots, maybe a 6 pack. And I did that a lot. Sometimes if you know shit was crazy, I'd do that every day for a little while. And then when I'd start feeling fucking sick, I'd back down a little bit, fucking work through some withdrawal symptoms and shitty hangovers and shit like that. But my big crash came from you know, shit happening in my family that I was always fucking running around and gone for work, man. If there was overtime, I was taking it. If there was money, I was taking it. If there was anything, I was taking it. I was never the kind of guy to call out of work. I was all about getting the money and trying to give my family a better life. And through that, it took a lot of my presence home out of the equation. And in the long term, that ended up creating a lot of problems that I wasn't able to really see or foresee coming. That eventually led to the mother of my kids, you know, cheating on me. There was infidelity, and when that occurred, it was like the biggest blow to my life that I had ever received, because my family was my fighting force. It was like why I fucking got up every day. It was why I busted my ass. It was why I smiled. It was my driving life force. And when that happened, it just felt like it was gone. You know, like she ripped it out of my fucking hands. Everything that I had fucking been working for. Um, and it flipped my life upside down, man. The cheating hurt, but it was more so the fact that I could never come back from that. So therefore, our family dynamic was destroyed, and I fucking broke down. I had a mental breakdown.
That's tough, man. Fuck.
Uh,
Dude, that's rough. And I exactly, you know, a lot of guys, a lot of men and women go through that, right? Like, you know, the women of the industry go through that too. And you know, you hear about it a lot, like, and you get it in the comment section a lot. Oh, you're away a lot. Who's fucking your wife? Who's taking care of your wife, dude? And you know what? Like, it's a very real thing, you know,
yeah,
and on both sides of it too, right? Because like a
yeah,
lot of guys are traveling on the road and they're doing nefarious things as well, right? So it's kind of, you know, it's a two-way street, but
yeah.
fuck, man, I get what you're saying there. You know, it's like that's my everything. That's why I get up and go and do what I do. That's why I sacrifice and grind. It's why I can't say no to the hours. It's why I'm in a man camp right now and away from my house for 4 weeks at a time. You know, and when I do get to go home for a week off, you know, that's I get to go and enjoy the fruits of my labor, which is my family. You know,
Yep. Yep. And
that's fucking hard.
it is hard. It is hard. And you know, it's hard. It's hard. It's hard, like you said, on both ends. It's hard for the person at home. It's hard for the guy at work, or vice versa, whichever way the roles are. And you know, that separation of time can create a lot of issues if there isn't the right kind of communication going on. And
Absolutely.
I didn't have the kind of emotional intelligence that I have today to kind of give back then. I was just very much hyper focused on being the baddest motherfucking driller around. I didn't give a fuck, you know, like fuck this and fuck that. I'm bringing money home. I'm doing my thing. I'm giving everything. And a lot of my time home, which I'll take accountability for, I wasn't always the happiest fucking guy, man. Knowing that I'm out there sacrificing my fucking life and my time and being away from my family to get that money to give them a better life also built resentment. It was like I'd be home, and as much as I would want to try to enjoy them, I'd be like, fuck, but I never get to enjoy you. And even at the point where I'm finally here, fucking 9 o'clock at night, and I'm giving you a kiss goodnight, I'm fucking frustrated because I didn't get to fucking sit with you. I didn't get to eat with you. I didn't get to play with you. And I'm fucking mad. And I kind of stayed in that vibe for a long time. And I was an asshole to everybody. You know, it definitely came off on my vibe of who I was. I was definitely a completely different person and wasn't so aware of the person I was becoming, sacrificing the time I was with my family for work. You know, it changed
Yep.
me pretty fast.
Oh, dude, it's amazing how, when you're young, you start off and you got the world by the balls, and or so you think, right? You're just like macho man, like I got it all. I can have my cake and eat it too. You start off happy go lucky, and it's amazing how in just a little bit of time the the viewpoint or your mindset can sour that well, where it's just like, fuck, what am I doing here? And it just changes everything, like, for me, it was at the beginning of the pandemic, where like, my wife and I have been together since high school. This is the life we've always known, where, I'm away working, and, I sacrifice, and they understand. My wife backs me 100%. The moment she says this is enough, I'm gone. Right. Like, I don't need this. I do it because I want us to have a better life, but I can make a good life at home too if I really wanted to. You know what I mean? Like, if not if I really wanted to, if we really had to, I could figure it out. I would figure
Right.
it out. But so the beginning of the pandemic, right? I spent 20 days at home in 2 years, right? It was 6 months on, less than a week off. And I did that for 2 years. And it got to the point where everything bothered me. Everything. I was questioning everything. Like I was finding issues where there were none. I was creating them in my head, right? And like something like I have like something in my hand. I drop it, it'd be the biggest fucking deal. I'd be like, oh, you fucking bastard, oh, you cocksucker, right? I'd just lose it. And and that even included with my wife. She said something to me. She's like, even when you're away, you still have to find a way to be a husband, right? I get it, you're away working and you're not here, but you still got to figure out how to be my husband when you're not here, right? And she's like, so that meant like, you know, even a little bit of dirty talk on the phone, you know what I mean? Like, hey, bada bing, bada boom. And
Do
I
what you got to
wasn't
do.
doing that. I wasn't doing that. I was checked out. I was checked out of everything, right? And fucking 6 months at a time will do that to a guy. All you're doing is working. You don't see an end goal to this. You're not getting any further ahead. 6 months at a time, and you'd think you would be getting further ahead, but you're not, right? It's because you're mentally drained and you're physically drained all at the same time, and that's affecting everything, right? And so my wife said something to me during that time. It pissed me off a lot, actually, but really it wasn't meant to piss me off. It was meant to, like, hey, snap back to it and start thinking, right? Um, and she was pregnant, so I got to give her that too. She was in that mind frame. But she said I'd send her pictures at 2 or 3 in the morning of me caked in like invert and all this other chemical and shit like that, and on the rig, dirty. And she'd send me pictures of hanging out with my family and at Wonderland, which is an amusement park, and hanging out. And she'd be like, I feel like you're leaving me behind. And I got real fucking mad because I was sending her pictures of me at work sacrificing, and she's sending me pictures of her having fun and being away. And I'm like,
Yeah.
who the fuck is leaving who behind here? You know what I mean? Like, you're sending me pictures of you having fun with our family, and I'm sending you pictures of the reason why you can go away and have that fun, right?
Right.
And that really bugged me, and it shouldn't have. It shouldn't have bugged me, right? Because she was doing what I was away making sure she could do, right?
Right.
And I lost sight of all that. And there was one specific time where she had said that, and I lost it, right? And she said to me, and I'll never forget this. She's like, when you come home and you're talking to me, I'm not your coworker. I'm your wife. Talk to me like your wife, not your coworker. Right? When we're having an argument or I'm doing something you don't like, you don't get to come unglued like you're talking to one of those fucking, bird brains you work with, right?
Yep.
And I was like, damn. So I was bringing work home with me, and I didn't even know it too, right? And so all of that was adding up, right? And man, that was really difficult, and to separate. I don't know if it's the right separate state from church. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That was something I really had to focus on doing. Really had to really focus and learn how to separate the two. Like, okay, I'm always at work and I'm never at home, but when I'm at home, I'm still at work.
Right.
And that was really hard to get out of.
Yeah, man. And I commend you because the going away, being away is even harder. That's on another level. And
Yep.
for for you, at least, even though it might have been tough a couple of times with her coming to you with that, it seems like she was trying to communicate, and it seems like you took that communication, and that's like that's what saves things from getting to the next level. That's what that open
Yep.
communication and working with your partner on getting on the same page is what saves it from getting to where it got with me. And
It took a
I,
while.
yeah, I'm sure
She
it
had to
did.
really she had to really drive it home a couple times there, man. Like she she's, even when you're here, you're not here, and that was tough. That was tough to hear. You don't want to hear that shit either, right? You don't want to hear
Yeah.
how you're being a shitty person and being a shitty husband, right? Nobody wants to hear that, right? You take that
Yeah.
as an attack on your character. And what happens when people's character gets questioned or attacked, right? They lash out, right? So like I was kind of lashing out a little bit, not taking it as like, hey, she's trying to help you and her. She's trying to help your relationship. She just cares, right? And that was hard. That was hard because deep down I knew I was being shitty and like this was affecting me and us, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, that's where I want to say, like, that's where I got lost. And that's where I commend you. Because even though it might, like you said, we know these things. And I feel like with me, I was soaking and drowning so much in the alcohol. It didn't help me face it. It didn't help me kind of sit with it. It didn't help me accept it. Because in your defense and even in mine, at the end of the day, we're not being fucking assholes. We're really just doing the best we fucking can given the circumstances. We're trying our fucking hardest. We're trying our hardest to keep it together mentally while being broken physically and mentally every fucking day. It's not fucking easy. So, you know, I give you props for that, man, because I got lost in that and I wouldn't accept or hear that noise. I was like, I'm doing my fucking job and that's fucking it. Like, I'm doing my job. If I'm home in a bad fucking mood, I'm allowed that space because of the shit that I have to go through. But I didn't accept the communication. I didn't want to. The relationship wasn't healthy and shit, the cards just kind of fell the way they were gonna fall at that point. But when the whole space after when I just saw the family breakdown thing happen and I took off work, my big goal was to try to get this separation happening in the most peaceful way. And it just, I know you've never been down that road, but that's a fucking mess in itself when, you gotta split up and all of this shit, kids and this fucking, it was just a disaster. So on top of the infidelity, on top of me not being at work, I'm over here like, God, all this shit's gonna happen now too. And I was just fucking trying to fucking forget it, knocking them back and trying to forget the bullshit, and just got lost in the sauce, went all the way, all the way, all the way, all the way deep, deep, deep down, and
Yeah. You almost died.
that's yeah, man. I had liver failure, kidney failure, hepatic encephalopathy. Um, cardiac issues, respiratory issues from the withdrawal I was going for, and jaundice, yellow eyes, 270 pounds, filled with bile and fluid of all, I couldn't go to the bathroom for a long time. Big mess. And drinking till I was basically dying in this bedroom right here, gasping for little breaths of air when my mom called an ambulance to come check on me. So it was a fucking disaster, and that's a nice way to put it.
Yeah, man, I've seen your videos, and I followed that story. You're like laying in the hospital bed. You were in a coma.
Yeah, man, I was induced.
Yeah.
It was induced because of the alcohol withdrawal. When I got to the hospital, I was headed in the direction of going into cardiac arrest, and the only option to kind of stabilize my body was to induce me, put me in a coma, and have me on life support, breathing machine, that whole deal.
Fuck yeah. Well, like that's, yeah, man, you could see it in your face, like in those videos, man. Like your face was like you had some meat on the bones, right? Like now you can see it now. Like you look healthy now, right? Like then even in the bed, you're just like you're just a blob, right? I'm not trying to say you're fat, but like you were bigger.
I was. A blob is a perfect way to describe it. I felt like Jabba the Hutt. I felt like when I woke up and people were visiting me, I felt like Jabba the Hutt. Like, yeah, come. I just felt like fucking, hey, how you doing?
Did you have a sexy little thing on a leash next to you or what?
No. Yeah, right. I fucking when you when I woke up, man, the mother of my kids had taken my kids out of state. She went to upstate New York where she's from originally. And when I woke up, I was so fucking embarrassed, the humility. I couldn't walk. I was shitting myself. I was pissing myself. I was fucking, my dick was all shriveled up. That thing wasn't blinking an eye for another 6 months to come. It was a fucking it was a mess. I was basically like a brain and eye sitting in a bed that could open its mouth to talk and eat, and that was about it. I was like that for a little bit.
Shit, man. What did like how long were you in the hospital for? Like how long was that stay?
I was only in the hospital for I believe 5 days because that was when the pandemic had landed.
Oh, yeah.
And the big deal, the big thing when I woke up, and for all the drinkers out there, it's everybody in our business, and not everybody's going to be an asshole like me. The majority will not. The majority of people won't be like me or go through the experiences I did. But one of the most memorable and horrible experiences I went through there was they gave me this fucking medication when I woke up called lactulose. And it
sounds like something you shit yourself.
That's exactly what it is. So it's a liquid that basically my body, my blood, everything, my brain was heavily impacted by different things that my liver couldn't break down, pneumonia, all different things because I was going through liver failure. All these different chemicals and different enzymes and things went out into my bloodstream and my body. What the lactulose did was it would kind of absorb those chemicals, bring them into my stomach and shit them out. You would shit it out. So now all that bile is starting to flow out of you, and this medication helps tremendously. The problem is it's like the strongest fucking laxative I ever took in my life. The second it touched my lips, I'd have to look at the nurse and be like, carry me, take me. 2 grown men picking me up, dragging me to the bathroom so I could go. The first 2 days I woke up, they were writing down how many times I went to the bathroom. I believe that it was between like 40 and 50 times both days that nurses carried me to the bathroom.
Wow.
And let me tell you, as big as I was, filled with fluid, when I would go to the bathroom, boy, I'm surprised I didn't take off and fly to the fucking moon with the kind of power that was fucking blasting off. Holy fucking shit. It was almost kind of orgasmic. I was like, woo! Fuck. It was fucking insane. And then I'd look and I'd be like, that's what I'm full of. And I would just see highlighter yellow liquid. Like it looked like some radioactive shit in the fucking toilet and be like, woo.
Why
Okay, we're
am I
getting
coming
better.
out of my ass and my dick? This is weird.
Fucking everywhere, man. It was horrible. So I was there for about 5 days, and they're like, we have to send you home to recover, or COVID's gonna kill you. If you get COVID, you'll die. So they sent me home to recover at home, and sent me nurses. I had nurses, physical rehabilitation people that were helping me learn how to walk again. Um, Everybody was coming by my house once to twice a week, and I was doing IV infusions at home because they put a PICC line that ran through my arm and went directly to my heart, so I could take my medication that way. So I had like a little port over here, and yeah, man, got home and hung out on the couch and hung with my kids. Started my healing process, and things picked up fairly quickly. I'd say about like within 3-4 weeks, I was walking, cooking for myself again with a cane, just getting around, doing things, showering. And about 3 months, my eyes turned white. And I was like, woo, here we go. And doctors were like, you're probably going to need a transplant. And you got to be clean 6 months to even qualify for a transplant. That's if you make it. So it was a beautiful thing, man. I had very odd things happen. All my nails fell out of my hand and my feet. All my nails fell off. I
Did
had
they
hair
fall
falling
off like
off.
whole, like the whole nail, or did it
The
fall off little
whole,
by
the
little?
whole, the whole fucking nail would start to loosen and come off, and I'd be able to pull out my whole fucking nail. Um,
Ah,
it was kind of like, nightmares where your teeth are falling out and shit, and you're fucking
yeah.
like, that's what it was. All my nails came off, and then they all started to grow back. Hair was falling off. I was shedding skin. I almost felt like, what the fuck's going on? Like fucking coming back from the dead here, yo. That's what I felt like. All new stuff was growing
I'm a
on me.
snake. I'm a snake.
I'm a snake.
I'm a snake.
That's what I should have been fucking saying.
I'm a snake.
I used to tell my kids I was like, I'm a fucking vampire. Don't tell anybody. But the only reason I survived this is because I'm a vampire. But I should have been like, I'm a snake.
I'm a snake.
We're part snake, kids.
Holy shit, you're Slytherin, man. You should have been gone to Hogwarts, man. Fuck.
Yeah. That was a fucking ride, man. It was a ride, but it was the best experience as far as in making me the person I am today that I had ever went through. I wouldn't change it for anything. It was a gift to me. It was a gift to my kids. It was a gift for my family, for me to kind of have been pushed over the edge to transform into the person I am today. So it's like, I love every part of what happened to me, even though it
So
was
learning experience for the kids for sure, man. At least they know now, right? They don't have to, wonder. They've seen the damn thing, right? They know, like, shit, man. Like, this is what'll happen if I jump into that life. Like, yeah. Most people are worried about their kids finding out firsthand, like from their own experience. Well, shit, they didn't have to go through it themselves. They watched you go through it, right? And that's the best gift I think you could have given them.
Yeah, they watched and they helped. They helped me. My boys, which back then were, I want to say 10 and 8, maybe 9 and maybe 9 and 6. They were about that age. It was in 2020 that both of them, they were like my little like nurses at home. They'd help me with my changing pads from sewing myself. Yeah,
I
man.
couldn't do it. Couldn't do
My
it.
kid, obviously I was home and I had my hospital gown on my couch, but they helped me with everything. I used to fill up these urine bottles with the jug, the big handle.
Oh yeah.
And they used to come by and be like, and take it and then go run into the bathroom to dump it. And I'd be like, come on, man, I'm your fucking dad. And
how did
we
it
laughed
smell?
like shit. It smelled like fucking death. It smelled like pneumonia.
Oh.
It smelled horrible. And we kind of made it fun. In the beginning, it was a little bit like tough for them, but it was fun. They helped me through everything, man. Like we built such a bond at home at that time. And I'll tell you real quick, so these IV infusions, I'd connect to a port and I'd fall asleep while the IV just hung and gravity fed medication to my heart. there was a day that they went out. They went out with my mom. I got like fake Halloween blood. I was able to start moping around the house, and I put blood all over the fucking port, and I put it all over myself. You know, I'm fucked up like that. And then they get home, and I'm like fucking laying there like I'm dead with my arm out, and the port, everything all bloody, and they're like, "Oh my god, Dada, Dada," and I'm like, "Ah!" My older son was somewhat traumatized, but also laughed after. He was almost in tears, and then he started laughing. I'm like, it's a joke.
When I had my appendix out, I woke up in the recovery room afterwards, right? And as I was waking up, my first thing, and I was on my eyes hadn't even opened yet. I'm like, nurse. And the nurse comes over. Yeah, what can I do for you? I'm like, tell my wife I didn't make it. Right. And then she starts laughing. I laugh. I'm like, I can't really laugh. It hurts to laugh. And she's like, I can't do that, sir. I'm like, just do it for me, please. You know, it's like, I can't. Right. I'm like, just giggling, like the drugs are just like fucking me right up. Right. And that's the first thing I think of as I'm waking up. I'm just coming to tell my wife I didn't make it.
Right? Like, we gotta fucking have some fun and laugh. Gotta do something,
man. Yeah, dude. Like, what the fuck's the point of going through all this shit if we can't have fun with it? You know, like, fuck you guys.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
Yeah. So, do you suffer any lasting effects from this still, or what?
The lasting effects that came from it were I ended up having to do diverticulitis surgery. I had diverticulitis, so they needed to remove 22 centimeters of my colon.
Ooh, I thought you were gonna say your dick. I was like, ugh.
Fuck no. It would. They had to take 20 centimeters of my colon. That was a horrible experience. I also suffer from glaucoma, which isn't caused by alcohol. That's a genetic, more hereditary disease. But doctors do feel like the alcohol abuse definitely made it come earlier, and definitely made it helped intensify
premature
ejaculation, all in my fucking eyes, right in the eyes, right in the fucking optic nerve, right in the fucking optic nerve.
Bullseye, ding.
Bullseye, yeah. What else is there? As far as liver, as of last CAT scan I did, my liver is listed as fibrosis versus cirrhosis, which doesn't mean I have cirrhosis, but my liver has suffered some heavy fucking damage. And if I ever wanted to get a confirmation, which I really don't feel the need to, because my liver's been functioning just as normal as everybody else's since it got better, I'd have to do a biopsy. But one thing that I learned in this experience was a lot of this shit on how you heal is what you believe, and your faith in your healing, your faith in whatever it is, your higher power, your God. A lot of it really is your perspective. And if it's coming from a positive place, we just heal a lot faster. Like, I healed so fast because I had a doctor that was on top of me, giving me a great perspective and telling me not to worry, no matter what other doctors were saying. So in a sense, I'm a healthy human being. I have everything okay with me now. The last surgery I just did, the hernia, should be the final thing I needed to square away from all this bullshit with the alcohol, because the hernia came as a result from the diverticulitis surgery. So I would say today, I don't have any health issues at all.
Got lucky, man.
Yeah, I got very fucking lucky.
Very lucky. Well, you got a YouTube story, don't you? You're on YouTube with it?
I put it on YouTube and I started to share on there. I haven't been able to kind of give the focus that I want to my YouTube channel, but I'm starting over there. I'm starting to make my way because Lord knows, I don't know. I'm trying to make, I guess, longer videos, because it's kind of great to the reels and things like that. It's great to kind of get the message out there, but I enjoy these kinds of things, longer, deeper communications and
That's why I love the podcast.
Yeah, it's great.
That's why I love the podcast, man. This is exactly what it's about, And you've got your own podcast now, or starting it anyway.
just starting, just kicking off. Like,
I see
got
you on your Fly With Me channel, fucking always, sitting down with your sunglasses on in front of the mic, putting on like, yo, let's get this podcast going, man.
fucking go, bro. The fucking
there
Willy
they are.
Wonka's right here, bro. Let's
There they
go.
are, man. There they are.
Yeah,
man. What are you calling that thing? Fly With Me? Is that what you're calling it?
No, mic check.
Oh shit.
Mic check.
Dude,
So
no, that's a $1 billion idea right there, man. I love that.
Yeah, start building. It was actually my boy Christian's idea. He came first video I put up, he dropped it in the comments. He's like, "Man, you gotta call that shit mic check." And I was like, "Boom, let's go."
Hell yeah, man. When are you gonna have this up and running?
Hopefully, like I'd say by the end of February.
Nice.
Everything should be up and running. I met a fucking beautiful woman that I fell in love with, man. And as when I was kicking the podcast thing off, it was like we had just met, and my focus has shifted a little bit, but we're getting there. So yeah, just a lot of blessings in my life. I can't fucking complain about shit, man. I can't say
I saw that, man. I see her all over your Instagram there, buddy. And I'm like, yeah, all right. I figured that's why the podcast hadn't come out yet. I'm like, there's a reason why this thing ain't up and running yet. What's going on? Look down your Instagram. Oh, there she is. There's the reason. Yeah.
She's
good for you.
Yeah, man. She's a blessing. Between the kids, basketball, fucking maintaining the house, again, right now, it's just me in the house, and it's a lot, bro. Fucking dad doing laundry and cleaning, and my kids, we all get in and get down together. This is a little boot camp here. Everybody got to hold their own fucking weight. Everybody got to push their own.
They were fucking running piss jugs for you.
Fucking right. You fucking running piss jugs at 9 years old. You better believe you're doing laundry at fucking 12. What the fuck?
Fuck yeah. Hey, man, part of this fucking boot camp regimen, we're going to put you through torture tactics. Now you got to drink that piss. Drink that piss right there. Let's see. Come on now.
Yeah, man. Yeah. It's a lot. It's a lot. And when things are going good, when things are running nice, we have a beautiful system here. Everything kind of flows, but then my boys are getting older. They're going from taking care of kids to now getting to teenagers. Everything's more complex. The communications we have, this shit's fucking work. It's a lot of fucking work.
I have 2 daughters, man. My oldest just turned 6, and when you think about it this way, at 6 years old, she's 1/3 of the way to adulthood. That's fucking scary, bro. Like I said, the compound word thing, man. Like this time, fucking even 6 months ago, dude. I'm thinking about how much she's changed in 6 months. And every time I go to work and come home, and it's staring me right in the face. It's coming up to me, and it's like it's taunting. Like it's I go away to work, she doesn't know how to do this or say this or add this math in her head. Like 3 to 4 weeks later, I come back and she's doing it. Right. And, shout out to the school system. Shout out to my wife for keeping on top of that. Her evolution and her growing older and growing up, it's spitting in my face. It's like, hey, look what I learned while you weren't here to teach me. Look what I learned. This is another thing. And it's like, shit. Well, it all comes back down to being away and living with that burden of not being able to be there to be that person, and that's the mental side of it. There's a lot to it, but at the same time, man, when I get home, like, is it time to put these kids to bed yet? Because I haven't been home in 4 weeks, and that first one's for me. I'm coming for it, like, put these kids to bed because I want my wife right now. Go outside and play if it's daytime. Go outside and play. I tell my wife this all the time, man. We haven't been able to get away in well, because of the pandemic and shit, we haven't really been able to get away much in 4 years almost. And you know, you add that on top of that, my daughter was too young to get away. So now we're looking at 7 years, right? We haven't really been able to get away in 7 years. I'm looking forward to getting my wife back. You know what I mean? I don't want my kids to grow up too fast. I want them to enjoy where they're at, and I want to enjoy them where they're at. But getting my wife back, man, we were together for 12 years before we had kids. We did a lot of fun shit. And, you know, so getting my wife back and being able to take her on a date, being able to, like, you know, go out for dinner without the kids around, or go on a nice vacation. I want my kids to come on vacation with us, but to be able to take my wife on vacation, just the two of us again, man, that's some shit I'm looking forward to in the future, you know? But at the same time, I want my kids to take their fucking time growing up too, right? Like, so, you know, that's the kind of crossroads where I'm at right now, you know?
Well, I know that place, man. What's nice is as they get older, when they start getting to like my boy's age, where 13, 12, 13, that kind of stuff, you start to be able to kind of enjoy those things a little bit more with your partner, because they don't need to tag along to everything. They don't need to be a part of all that of every single thing. It's so important to have that alone time with your significant other. It's so important, especially 12 years before having kids. That's awesome. That's can only imagine how much fucking fun you guys had, during that
we
time.
did a lot of cool shit, man. A lot of road
Yeah.
trips, a lot of vacations. We could pull the pants down and do it wherever we wanted to. You know what I mean? Like, hey, you know what? On the floor in the living room, which is now where the toys are, you can't do it while Tickle Me Elmo's fucking staring you in the face, right? You fucking, like, oh, hey, Bluey or fucking the Wiggles is on. It's hard to get it on when you're fucking watching the Wiggles, I want to sing along to those damn songs too, like.
Yeah. You're over there fucking, beating it up and you hear, stop it! And you're like, fuck. It's not easy, man. It's not easy.
Yeah, man, we had some good times, right? That's what's helping, like knowing that we had a lot of good times before that happened, and knowing that a lot of good times are waiting for us on the other side of that too, right? Like we're still trying to have another kid here, maybe two at the end, right? We're trying for one more right now, and if the next one's a girl, we got to try for that boy, right? If the next one's a boy, maybe we try one more time. I don't know. But we would definitely want to have another one still, right? Which to me sounds like, starting at the beginning again, and my back and my knees already hurt, right? So like it's like
refinancing, my man. You're starting all over again.
Shit. I've never fucking thought of that.
That's how I've always looked at it. You're locked in, and now the second you bring a new one on, that's a refinance, locked 18 years.
Damn.
That's it. You're locked.
You thought eggs were expensive at the grocery store, eh? You thought eggs were expensive before. Wait till you fertilize them.
Well, locked in, bro. And it's like that's how I always look. And then you look and you see your kids. They're older. Like mine are 12 and 10. That's how it works. You go to start. Like I got 8 years of life on that mortgage with them, and that's how it is, man. But God bless you. You still want to have more kids. I have the idea. I've always had the idea open in my head with the right particular, person if they ever came along. But without the right person in my head, it's like, I'm fucking good.
Yeah.
We'll see what the future has to hold for me. We'll see.
Absolutely. Yeah, I got a question for you.
Yeah. Do
you know what viscosity is?
I do, because I'm a fucking driller, bro. What, you crazy?
So what's viscosity in your words? Let's hear it.
So viscosity, viscosity to me is like, if I'm mixing like a fucking batch of revert or fucking mud, I'm sticking my hands in. I'm having a tough time with the words to describe it, but viscosity, fucking the thickness of the cream. Like the thickness of the cream. Boy. It's the thickness of the cream. We don't want watery cream. We don't want to put cream and it just runs down your fucking hand. It's got to sit. It's the viscosity. The thickness of the cream, maybe. I don't know. That's the definition.
Keep talking. I got the KY jelly ready to go. Like, shit, that's hot. Fuck.
That's what I.
The reason why I'm asking is because the podcast is sponsored by the Mudman, right? The Mudman deals in viscosity, the thickness of the cream, like, if it comes out too thick, we got to water it down. But if it comes out too watery, we got to thicken that shit up, right?
We gotta
it's all about eating pineapple or watermelon or some shit, right? You know what I'm saying?
Fucking
so
right.
the Mudman deals in testing equipment, like, fucking all your drilling fluid and laboratory testing equipment needs. The Mudman's got your back and whatever is coming out the front, So like, but for you had a lot of the viscosity of those shits wasn't very viscous. It wasn't thick at all, man. You needed some like Metamucil or some shit. Maybe some sawdust to thicken that shit up.
Some sawdust, some fucking revert, something. I'll tell you that if they would have used the mud balance on my shit, it would have failed the test.
Now
we're talking mud balances. Now we're talking mud balances.
Mud balances. I can tell you the camp food made me had a really it was a good mixture, Like it ran out, but it was fucking thick. It was solid, But the way it ran out, I thought I was gonna be making a mess all over that bowl.
Yeah, bro. And I don't know what kind of heavy cream the Mudman works with, but I've super fucking what the fuck was it fucking called? Super mud. Super mud's always been my favorite.
18%.
18%, baby. Bring out the powder. I'll fucking sniff that shit, put it in a line, pump that shit out, bro. I love fucking super mud, man. That shit's great. Fucking all the situations that stuff's gotten out of me. Gotten me out of, sticky fucking situations. Love all that shit, bro. Love it. Mud man, let's go.
So with your new girl, how thick is that batch you're whipping up nowadays?
Woo! We're talking fucking we're talking this thing is heavy. It'll hold a fucking 13-foot diameter hole open down to 250 feet through overburden, baby. This thing is strong. My cream will hold it all open. I think I'm there.
We're rocking with the best of the best here, eh? How old are you?
Best. Fucking 39, man. I'm old as shit.
39. So get this. I'm 35. You're 39. My birthday's actually in a week, so a week and a half. So I'll be 35 then. But
happy birthday, bro.
Thanks, bro. Save it for a week and a half from now, man. That's not a surprise. This ain't a surprise. Happy birthday, bro. Like, fucking, who starts the surprise early? We wasted a good surprise.
Last fucking time we talked, 3 months went by. We didn't fucking sneak it out there.
So 35, that's where I was going with it. So men our age, right? You're just coming out of it. But mid-30s-ish, our loads have never been thicker than they are now. Like, men in their mid to late 30s have the thickest loads they'll ever have.
Is this a fact?
This is straight up fact.
You fact check this shit?
I fact checked that shit, man. I was like, how big is my load today? And the Mudman didn't have the type of equipment I needed to check, right? He wasn't on hand. So I had to fact check it. And I started taking zinc, which is up. Zinc actually increases the thickness of your load, right? So yeah, it's crazy. So as a man who's already got super viscous loads, right? I'm taking zinc, making it that much crazier. Man, the wife has become a cream pie, a walking cream pie. She using that orifices she didn't know existed, man. How people sweat out their pores? She's sweating the jizz out her pores. And I can't believe I just said that. But I might be in trouble later. But whatever.
Take it. Be careful. Be careful. Come on. We're talking drilling. We're talking drilling. Be careful with how viscous it gets, because we don't want that line to get clogged up. That thing gets backed up. If that fucking cream gets backed up, fucking couple of elbows back in the early parts of the pipe, it's gonna get them things are gonna get stuck inside here.
I mean, if we're trying to have a kid, the more it sticks in there and stays in there, the better. No.
You might have to shoot a ball through, the ball when you clean out the concrete line and it fucking
yeah, just do a flush.
Do a little flush. Yeah. Fuck.
Or I just grab a straw, hopefully it's plastic, and just start sucking
sick
back.
Fucking sick. Why are you doing the sucking?
Hey man, I put it in there. It's only fair I get it out.
Oh fuck. Yeah,
so
man.
shout out to the Mudman, www.mudmarket.com. If it wasn't for the Mudman, the headphones and the mic here wouldn't be a thing, or they would be. I would just had to have paid for it myself. Shout out to the Mudman. Love that guy. Solid individual. He's been a big friend of the pod and a big supporter of the pod. So I love that guy. He never gets too upset with where we take the viscosity question. I'm not afraid to push the limits there. It's interesting. This might be one of the better conversations we've had about viscosity. So, like a lot of people are just like, oh, with viscosity, right? But like you coming from drilling, you know what viscosity is, and we could take it places it didn't need to go, but it needed to go,
Fucking right. And if anybody's just looking to have a good time with some mud, and even from Mudman, I don't know if anybody's ever had some fun with laying out, 300-400 feet of plastic in some area and just making some fucking nice mud and slicking in that shit up. Your kids will have the best fucking time. They'll fucking take a ride of their lives playing with that shit. It's probably not too healthy. It's probably got some carcinogens in it, but fuck it. You only live once.
We're all gonna die of some type of cancer, am I right? And I work on a vac truck, bro. So like, I'm inhaling all the oil field chemicals. So hey, you know what? I'm just a walking fucking leukemia thing. Is that it? Is it leukemia? Leukemia is for like younger people, ain't it?
I'm not sure. I mean, maybe.
Melanoma?
Melanoma, probably some breathing shit. You're probably breathing in all kinds of benzenes and shit like that coming out the fucking ground. All kinds of fucking all that
they
bullshit.
Test for benzenes. They never used to test that much for benzos, and now they're testing a lot for benzos. So something happened somewhere along the line with the workers, and I'm just that next generation of oil field that's like, hey, bro, like you've been inhaling this shit. Now we're testing for it.
Yeah. The same shit with sand. When I got into the fucking drilling business, sand was not considered to have, to be a carcinogen, and that's how it was. Now it is. Now
are you talking frac sand? Are you talking frac sand?
You're talking any kind of fucking sand. Just the fucking
it's engineered, right? It's manufactured sand, so like they add shit to that, right?
Yeah, but I forgot the language that goes behind this. But there's sand that used to be used in any kind of work really didn't have it. Wasn't on an MSDS. There was no parts per million. You could fucking.
You're dating yourself calling it the MSDS.
I fucking know. I know. But that's what the fuck.
It's the MSDS. No, bro, it's the SDS now. No. It'll always be the MSDS. It's like the Bernstein Bears. It'll always be spelled Stein, not Stain.
Right. But now I know when I got in drilling, and I used to be sand packing my wells, because the wells we'd install sometimes, whatever it called for, 10, 20, 30 feet of screen at the bottom of the well, you had to sand pack it. So sending down the sand down the hole, a lot of guys would be sitting there holding it on a wench. Sand would be pouring in front of their faces, and all this shit's going in your fucking face. You're taking in these parts per million, these little tiny specks of sand that are crystals. And I'm not sure if even beach sand, that shit will get in your lungs. It will fuck you up. I definitely have. I inhaled a lot of it in my career. Yeah, we're constantly we're guinea pigs, they'll talk about us in 30, 40 years about the shit that we've went through and figure things out. Too bad it'll be a little bit late for us, but it'll be helpful for our kids.
Fuck it. I'm just waiting for Marvel to call at this point, man. Like I don't know what kind of fucking Marvel character I'd be. Fucking got like sand slinging out of my dick or some shit, you know? Like, here's some norms.
Yo,
Holy
you
shit!
want to
What's the parts per million coming out of that guy's dick, right? Like,
you yeah, yo, you want to know? I drilled at DuPont. I'm sure you're familiar with that name, DuPont. That
DuPont, is that like paint?
DuPont, they do like fuck. They make everything. They make like
They
fucking
sponsor
everything.
NASCAR. They sponsored Jeff Gordon, did they not?
Yeah, yeah, fucking DuPont. They like they're used for all kinds of products, like in fucking shit for your house. You'll see DuPont all over stuff. They have a huge plant in South Jersey, and they used to do like some kind of nuclear testing and all kinds of shit there with radiation. I heard stories from guys over there in the 70s and 80s. They go home because there's large areas at this DuPont plant that you need to be, I think it's level C, full fucking everything. You can't fucking breathe. You need full respirator, all that shit. There's H2S in the grounds and all that fucking bullshit. And there were like stories of guys, they'd go home in the 80s and 90s there and sleep in their beds, and they would be like green or pink, like tie-dye sweat coming out of them from whatever it was that was going on at the plant. And it's fucked up. Our business is fucked up. I don't know how many fucking times. At least now I'm drilling inside the cab. When I used to do the geotech and I was outside and I'm out there running the fucking machine and I'm looking down the hole and I'm breathing everything, that sucked ass. Now I'm in the cab. I close that motherfucker up. I shut everything and I'm fucking, a little bit in a better space.
Hell yeah, man. I love that. When do you go back to work? You're off because of your hernia or what?
Yeah, I'm off because of the hernia. I got about 3 weeks till I go back to work. Then I can start maneuvering around. And even though I'm an operator, I still fuck around and get dirty with the guys. I go fucking try to do shit or, fucking stay busy here and there. Unless they're a big group of assholes, then I sit my ass in the machine and I don't fucking get out for shit.
Hey, you know what? You know what? You guys are pieces of shit. This is an air-conditioned cab. I'm just gonna chill in here today. Y'all have fun, okay? Let me know if you guys need something. You guys want a little bit of cold air? That's cool. I'll open the door for 2 minutes.
That's it. You want to get all mad, fucking signaling and shit? Then fuck you. No air, no doors opening, and we can talk, through our lips here with fingers and shit like that.
Yeah, universal sign language for I am the operator.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man.
Put that middle finger on each hand up. So yeah, what do you do? What are you doing to pass the time at home then? And I mean, you got a beautiful lady. I got an idea what's going on. Like you ain't got no abdomen power though, right? You can't thrust, right?
Oh, I can thrust. I can't lift. I can thrust. The doctor didn't say I can thrust.
Okay.
And nobody said I couldn't be thrusted upon.
Oh shit, dude, is she pegging? You're getting pegged?
No, you sick fuck. I'm talking about. What are you sick? I'm not getting pegged. I'm talking about. Listen, if you look at the sciences behind it, right? This would be like that. I'm not doing the thrusting in this motion unless I'm fucking thrusting. You must be out of your mind getting fucking pegged. Are you fucking crazy?
Come on, bro.
Let me tell you something, bro. When I was in the fucking hospital, they stuck a catheter up my fucking ass. And let me tell you, that was worse. That was worse than the fucking coma. I remember being half asleep coming out of my coma. So the way they put a catheter in your ass is like a balloon. They put it up there and they blow that bitch up and it kind of like catches everything. Nothing will ever enter my ass again. Not a fucking finger, not a fucking gust of wind, my boy. Nothing will fucking enter my ass. Gust of wind coming out. That's it. This motherfucking exit only. This is a one-way deal. Fuck that.
So why is that? When they were putting it up there, they found your G-spot or what? And you got a little worried?
No. But when they were pulling it out, they basically had to. I was still like coming from the coma. When I woke up, I was handcuffed, and I was like, "Why?" And they were like, "Because you were resisting so much. You were pulling out your fucking dick catheter. You kept fighting us and trying to work with your other catheter." And I woke up. I had bruises. Like I was in my sleep saying, "Don't peg me. Don't fucking get the fuck away." And I tried to fight it while I was asleep.
I think that's just what you wanted to say, but really you were just like, you were like pushing back on them. You're like, yeah, can you put that balloon deeper, Daddy, or what? Like,
I do remember in my head thinking, half asleep, half dead, Jabba the Hutt, swollen, in my head, like to the nurses when they were removing that catheter, like, and I may have said it, but I know I said it in my head. I was like, it wasn't coming out, and I felt so much force. I'm like, just wet it, spit on it, just wet it, just spit, just fucking spit on it, and it'll come out. Yeah, fuck that, so, man.
This past summer, my wife and I tried butt stuff for the first time, and like, I was in the shower. We were in the shower, and I like said, "Fuck it," I went, like I put the tongue there. Right, we're in the shower; it's clean, right? I made sure of that first, and she got me back, bro. And like, let me tell you, like, she found the G spot, my guy. Like, it was. Let me tell you, like, farts and poop aren't the only thing. It's not just a one-way street anymore, man. Like,
it's not. She also had to fucking probably get through a little bit of an Amazon forest to get through to your streets. You know what I'm saying, right?
Well, to her, in all fairness, whenever I wipe, I pull a lot of that out. Like, I go in there with the fucking, I go in there with the fucking machete, and it's like chopping. Like.
You fucking wipe and you see a fucking TP toilet paper is full of fucking hair. It looks like it's a fucking.
Dude, I don't even know if I'm getting it all out when I'm wiping now. It's mostly just hair, dude. I was like, did I shit out hair? Is that hair stains coming out now? Like, holy fuck.
You fuck around and give her a mustache like yours, my bro.
Hey, she always said she wanted one like mine, right? Well, there you go. But no, like, you know what they say when you pull out hairs, 10 more take its place, right? So, like 10 years ago, I used to shave my shoulder pads. I should not have done that now, man. Now there's fucking, it's. I'm like Chewbacca, fuck,
holy fuck, bro! Holy shit!
Yeah, man, it's fucked up.
That, on the other end, I've done my own share of eating ass, and I've kind of worked my way past those things. I did that more a little bit in my younger days. My ass is off limits. That's anybody else.
That's where your G spot is, bro. Come on, you gotta feel good.
Nah. I think when they pulled the catheter out, they took the G spot with it, and I'm okay with that. That's fine. And fucking fuck that shit. Between the diverticulitis, I mean, they took a piece of my colon. I've had doctors go in both ways, and there was nothing pleasurable about that shit for me, bro. Fuck
you think they were listening to Fergie while they were going about meet me halfway? Shit.
That's a beautiful fucking thought. Whatever the fuck, man. To go back to what you said, like what have I been doing? I've been fucking hanging.
Oh, we're still answering that question.
We're still. I've held on to it in my head.
That's good, man.
I've been hanging with the kids, bro, and with my girl now. She lives in Michigan, so I've been traveling there to see her, but she's coming to Jersey next week, and things are kind of working its way, towards to where we're gonna go. So I've been filling my time with good shit, positive stuff. But I'm starting to lose my mind. I got to get back to work soon.
Are you guys moving to Michigan, or is she moving to Jersey?
Right now, it seems like she's gonna be headed out this way.
Oh shit! So the way I said Jersey there, the first time I went to New York City, we were staying in New Jersey, and I went to Virgin Records in Times Square, and the Virgin Records store. I don't know if it's still there or not, but I went to Virgin Records, and the lady inside at the cash register, she's like, "Where are you from?" Because I'm wearing my Toronto Maple Leafs jersey, and the way I'm talking, Canadian, Canada. And I'm like, oh, I'm from Canada. She's like, oh, Canada, eh? Where are you staying? I'm like, oh, I'm staying over in New Jersey. She's like, hey, I'm staying in Jersey. And it's the way she talked. I'll never ever forget that, man. That was over 20 years ago, and I'll never forget it.
And she's from Canada?
No, no, no. She's from
From
Jersey.
Jersey.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she's
but
from no, yeah,
we don't sound like that. We don't say Jersey. We say fucking
Jersey.
Jersey. It's fucking Jersey. New fucking Jersey. Jersey.
How far is Staten Island from you?
30 minutes.
30 minutes. You ever been to the Staten Island dump?
Uh, no, not that I could think of particularly. No, maybe went by it, but not been there.
On the Jersey Shore, okay, Vinny often refers to the Staten Island dump, and that's where I can't remember her name. She was on the first season. She was fucking just she left. Angela, I don't remember her name. Fuck, I don't remember it. But he's like, hey, girls like you come from the Staten Island dump, and just talking like Guidos, wake up, Guido. Yeah. So GTL baby. Cabs are here. I'm getting all my fucking
your Jersey Shore
now.
shit out, all the Jersey Shore.
Yeah,
listen, it's listen, Jersey Shore was cool. A lot of it was New York people. They're all fucking New York heads, the Staten Island heads. They're not Jersey, okay? It's funny how fucking everybody, New York's all fuck New Jersey for the most part. They fucking took our giant stadiums in fucking Jersey. They want to call us the armpit of fucking New York. We sit here. But then when it comes to the Jersey Shore, oh, yeah, it's the Jersey Shore. Everybody's fucking this, that. I'm from motherfucking North Jersey. I live right by Newark, and this is not the way we do shit around here. We don't do shit around here like that. Maybe a little bit the kids back then played that kind of shit, but those were all Staten Island, Long Island kids coming to play in New Jersey and act like they're fucking from here. They ain't fucking from here. They come for the fucking summertime, they do their thing, and then they get the fuck out. Jersey people, we don't do that shit. That was a false advertisement with the Jersey Shore shit.
That's disappointing. Like. That's very disappointing. My childhood's been a lot. Not even my childhood. My early adulthood's a fucking lie. Like GTL, baby, Jim Tan Laundry. Step on a fucking grenade for your buddy. The grenade, is an ugly girl. You're the wingman. You take the grenade. Yeah, like. I feel like my early 20s have just been. I saw Pauly D in concert once. That was cool.
Really, that must have been cool as shit.
Yeah, he showed up. He showed up an hour and a half late, but whatever. I'm an early guy. I like to go to bed early. He showed up at midnight. I was like, fuck you, man. I stayed for 20 minutes after he got there, and I left. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, it's midnight. No one should be up this late.
Yeah, bro. It's a lot. Man, those were some years. I had a lot of fun at the Jersey fucking Shore. A lot. So much. We go there for prom. We go there for summer. I remember one hotel there, Dry Docks, because we go there for prom. It'd be like 20 of us getting one hotel room. Everybody staying in one fucking hotel room. If we couldn't afford the house, it was 20 of us getting a hotel room, 20 of us in the house, whatever we could get. And we fucked everything up. There was one time a fucking little small like recliner we threw over the balcony, went outside, the fucking thing landed on the floor. That's how it was over there. It was like fucking Mardi Gras, wild shit, the Jersey Shore. I don't fuck with that no more. I don't go there. If I go there, I'm fucking I can't be around that shit no more.
For who? For your own safety or for the safety of others?
For the safety of others. For the safety of others. Yeah, you have me fucking all fucked up of being drunk on the boardwalk looking for fights, eating cheesesteaks, shit faced. That was like the deal back then. And it was fun. It was fun for the time that it was.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. Hey, where can people find you on the socials, man? Like where are you on TikTok? I don't know.
Yeah, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, everything is JerzeyMike with the Z everywhere.
Jersey.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. I love that, man. I got one more question to ask, and then I'm going to bed.
Let's go.
It's that night shift shit. So, being American, you obviously know what Mount Rushmore is, right? Has 4 of the most influential people in history up there. If you could have your own Mount Rushmore of people that you look up to or inspire to be, who would they be and why?
Ooh, that's a fucking tough one, man. God damn.
Well, you're Portuguese. I'm gonna probably say Ronaldo's up there, isn't he?
That's a tough one. No, Ronaldo's not there. And fuck, that's a tough one. God damn. Uh, let me see. And are we talking just like anybody? Could be anybody that I
Yeah, man.
fucking.
Dead, alive, fake, real. You know.
So first person dead alive. First person I'm gonna throw up there is Carl Jung. That's my motherfucking man. I read a lot of his work. He used to he liked Sigmund Freud. He was like kind of a father of psychology. Carl Jung is one of those guys. Second, let's throw Jesus up there. We're gonna put Jesus up there. He's gonna be
I heard he's well hung.
He is well hung, especially the brown Jesus. You know, you got all the different colors ones, but I'm gonna go with the you know mine. You got all different color ones. He's very well hung. He's packing. He's up there. And next in that fucking line, my mom, man. My mom is like the strongest fucking human being I've ever met, and the things that I've put her through, and she's endured raising me, and to still appreciate me as a son and smile and be there for me, my kids. My mom's my fucking hero all fucking day. She's at the top of that list. And then in that last spot, I don't got space for two of them, but since they're small, I'll fit them together. And I put my kids. My kids are my biggest gurus, my biggest teachers, man. Everything in life that I go through with them, they inspire me and teach me new ways to be and navigate in this world.
Bro, they carried your piss jugs and changed your shit diapers, bro. They better be up there, man. Holy shit.
They're fucking up there. Those are the people right there, yo.
My wife offered to wipe my ass for me when I had my appendix out.
Yeah.
And I was like, nah, babe, there are some things that are going to remain sacred between us. You know, like, I don't want no piece of corn plopping in your hand, you know? Like, every time I took a shit, I went and had a shower because I couldn't reach behind me to wipe. So I was like, you know, I'm just gonna bend down and I'm gonna put some beautiful lukewarm water on the tush. You know, like, not your hand. I love you and I appreciate you, but no thanks.
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm not gonna listen, and we'll end it off with this. That don't ever let her. I experienced that in a sense. Like when I was in the hospital, there was a day that I hit the button for help and nobody came to go to the bathroom. And it got bad. It was just fucking, it was a disaster. I felt it running up my back like I was like a fucking newborn baby. It was fucking horrible. And when the nurses came in the room, they were two women and they're like, oh my God. And I was like, yeah, fucking, oh my God, you're late. Okay. I'm like, you're fucking late. And they're like, all right, we're going to get you out of this. We're going to change. I said, don't fucking touch me. I'm like, don't you fucking touch me. You can't fucking touch me. It was like, I was not having those women take my hospital gown off me with my fucking, you know, shriveled dick shriveled up, not, you know, fucking shit all over, covered in shit, Jabba the Hutt, fucking bile leaking out of me. Like, yeah, like, no. And I sat in there for about 2 hours fighting with them. Like, no. You fucking get me a male nurse in here. I'm not doing this shit. And eventually I gave in and both the women cleaned me up. And it was the most humbling thing I've ever experienced in my life.
And so now one of them wants to, is one of them your girlfriend now? Is that
no.
They seen some shit. They seen some shit literally that would change their life.
I told those nurses, you guys are all fucking heroes, because if it wasn't for this experience I had in here, the things they do to care for people, man, they deserve much more money and much more praise for the things they do, man. For real.
Amen to that. Amen to that. I love that, brother. Man, this has been a lot of fun. I'm glad we finally got this going, dude.
Me too, man. Hell yeah, it was fun.
This has been a lot of fun, man, and I can't wait for your podcast to be up and running. I can't wait to give that a listen, man. I fucking love listening to podcasts, man. So, like, you know, if I could support someone else that I know who has one, I'm all fucking for it. So,
Well, you better believe you're gonna be on mine, and we're gonna get a little bit more in depth with your story. And yo, this was so fun, dude. I do a lot of podcasts. I talk about my story a lot, and this was the funnest one with so much like so many jokes and good laughs, man. It was heavy and light at the same time, and I love that shit.
Yeah, man, like your shit, like the Viscot, you know, it was a heavy ass situation. It hit your back, but it was so runny, it was light, you know, like, ugh. No, I appreciate that, man. You know, like that's
Yeah.
kind of what I'm aiming for, you know, like the conversation isn't planned. I don't plan it. I don't have notes or anything like that. I just want to run into a friend on the street and shoot the shit and have a conversation, you know, like I knew a little bit of what I wanted to get into. I knew some of your story. I didn't know all of it. I didn't, you know, I want to be just as surprised as the people listening, right? So like, that's fucking cool, man, and I'm fucking so happy that you're still alive. That this like the embarrassment alone from some of that shit like would have killed me, you know. Like I just been like, yeah, I just shit my pants. Like one time I did shit my pants in front of my wife while we just started dating, right? Like I was helping my dad carry one of those big fucking ass heavy TVs, and I wasn't wearing any boxers because, you know, I was hanging out with my wife after. I wanted it to be, you know, like pull them down, and one less piece of clothing is better, right? And turns out it wasn't so great. She was right behind me. I shit my pants. It ran down my leg, and we still talk about it now. And this is the beginning of our relationship. She married me, bro.
It's a keeper.
That's a keeper. That's a keeper, man.
She loves you, bro. She fucking loves you. And she even offered to help wipe later at a later time, man. That's
Man,
love.
What a gal, you know, what a gal. Like
Fucking right.
I wonder if she'd get free Blumpkins now, you know? Like she's already willing. She offered to touch it. Why not be right? Put the nose right down inside the fucking business, you know?
Oh my god!
And now he's forgetting saying this is fun.
That would have been like for me, bro. They could have had me on Fear Factor in my worst state of my coma, shitting for a Blumpkin.
I'll eat the cockroaches, bro. I'll hang out and finish things.
Ah, man.
Shit, man. Yeah. Fuck, man. This has been fun, buddy. Thanks for coming on, dude.
Thank you, my bro. Thank you for having me on, man.
You got 5 days until this drops, too. So.
Hell fucking yeah. I'm excited for this one.
Hell yeah, excited. Man. I'm pumped. I'm pumped for this one, dude. I can't wait to start pushing it and not pushing. You know, I don't want to make a mess there, but you know, and do yourself a favor. When we get off here, Google the accommodator. It's a toy for adults that I'm buying my wife for her birthday at the end of next month. You'll have so many questions. So many. Just Google the accommodator. We started talking about this a month ago, and like it's still on my mind, and I just can't get it off my mind. It's always going to be there. Like I don't understand how this thing works yet. I can't wait to find out.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna check it out, bro. I want to check it out.
The accommodator. Go to images. You're gonna see it. You're gonna be like,
is this like Blue Waffle or something? Like Two Girls One Cup?
No. I think this is more complex than that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's called the accommodator. It's phenomenal. I can't wait to get it.
I'm gonna fucking check it out, bro.
Awesome, man. Awesome. Thanks for coming on, brother.
Appreciate you, my bro. Let's go.
Hey, Mike. Stay frosty.
You got it, my boy. Brought to you by Mudman Heavy Cream.
18% viscosity.
Whether you're looking for some hot cream to the face or some hot cream down your hole, Mudman will provide you with whatever you need.
www.mudmarket.com